an encouragement file. This one is much like the previous one, the motivation file, something that you hold on to for when you need it. Much like the idea farm. A lot of this is just taking advantage of those things that come to you throughout life sporadically and periodically to be able to utilize them when they can be used to best effect. Now, an encouragement file is where you store information or things that may be uplifting to you, encouraging. So when the maybe right after you've met with the person that's caused you to write something in the motivation file, you can pull out the encouragement file and take a gander through that. Just something right here in my own office. I keep my encouragement file real handy. This is my encouragement file, and so here's one. I won't read the whole thing or who it is that wrote it, but it says, "To my cherished friend, pastor, and brother in Christ, John Ward. I wanted to write to you first and foremost in order to show you my deep appreciation for your commitment to ministry," and it goes on. And so obviously this is a pleasant thing to read through. I try to not read through it a lot because it depends upon your personality maybe, and I tend to be more analytical and logical than most, and so the emotional stuff isn't as necessary. And I'm afraid maybe that if I read it too frequently, I will dilute the significance of it. But there are times when you are doubting yourself, when you're doubting your calling if you're in the ministry, when you're doubting your location or whether or not you're even making an impact, and holding on to those notes that people send or the cards, or even somebody said something to you and you want to write it down and put a date and a name on it just so that you can remember it. It is not a foolish thing. It is, in fact, a very wise thing because the storms of life are coming. In many ways, an encouragement file acts kind of like a savings account for you emotionally. And I tend to be fairly water off a duck's back, even keeled kind of guy. In fact, in some ways, that's a negative as well. I don't get very excited very often. I'm pretty much this right here every day, everywhere I am. This is who I am. And however, even with somebody like me, there's been a few times in the past few years, I guess. I probably look at it maybe on average of once every 2 to 3 years, I guess. People who are more sensitive in nature, more emotional in nature, would probably have to look at it far more frequently, but it's been useful to me. So if you're somebody that's a bit callous of heart, as some people might claim, I'm not, but I mean, if even if that's you, I highly encourage you to keep an encouragement file, to save up that encouraging word for a time when you might actually need it. What are the odds that somebody says something positive or encouraging to you at the exact moment you need it? But if you save it, you have it when you need it. And it helps to give you ballast and to give you some balance. And so when somebody's saying something hurtful or mean, or even maybe you've actually failed in something, you've done a bad job, you dropped the ball, then while you need to put that in your motivation file so you keep growing and becoming and improving, um, you might want to take a gander at the encouragement file and allow your soul to be lifted. Allow yourself to feel excited and enthused about the things that you're doing in life, because having that emotional energy is not a third wheel, it is not training wheels. It's something that can give you energy to push through the difficult parts of life. And there's difficult parts of life for everyone. But if you can maintain excitement and energy through the toughest times, that will make you an even better leader and somebody that maybe, if you're like me, doesn't think about writing notes or sending cards or saying an encouraging word. It will remind you that maybe you should put more effort into that than you naturally would. And if you are one of those people that just naturally does that, thank you. Thank you. I don't mean it most of the time, but I mean when I need it, I am incredibly grateful. And so, an encouragement file, someplace where you can store up positive feedback for the time that it's actually needed.